Hello. So today is October the 12th, 2017, and I'm continuing this video journal chronicling the activity that has happened from the bottom to I reach a place of achievement. The whole idea, I'm entitling this Rags to Riches, but the whole idea is to share some information with you so that you can see the process that has transpired from coming to a place of ruin to reach a place of financial independence and freedom. So several things have happened since my last entry into this journal, and I'm starting to make a commitment to follow through on this process with a more consistent pattern because I realize that it's important for me to reflect upon the things that are transpiring because it helps me get a perspective on what adjustments I need to make to be more effective in my future. So there were several goals that I set for myself, and some of those goals involve me hiring somebody that would help me put together a package or a marketing platform that will enable me to penetrate a market, teaching sales and marketing. And the initial conversation took place in my interaction with Russell Brunson, and I not personally interacted with him, but listening to his information and attending some of his seminars. His suggestion to me was you need to find somebody that's crushing it in your space and mirror exactly what they're doing. Identify how they're putting together their package, understand where they're getting their audience, and model that example, and then you can achieve the same kind of success because success leaves clues. So I took his advice, and I found several people who were doing some serious business in the sales training arena, and one of the people particularly was Jeremy Mida. So I bought his package. I went through this process to understand how his funnel works. And then I found out that the people who actually put together the funnel for Jeremy Mida, who, by the way, generated over $1 million in his first year out of the gate, never having had even a website online, but because these people were able to help him put together an architectural structure for a sales process that became successful, generated over 100,000 leads, customers, and over $1 million in his first year out of the gate. So I connected with those people, sought to hire them to retain their services to help me put together a similar process, but I didn't have the money to pay them. They wanted to charge me $12,000 just for a funnel day. But eventually, after persevering and maintaining communication and commitment to move forward, ultimately I entered into a relationship with them where I became a funnel boss. And in essence, I can sell their funnels and make a commission for selling the funnels. As a funnel boss, it put me in a unique position to actually be able to get into the services that they offer at 50% of the cost. So $12,000 day became a $6,000 day. So I decided that I would do a virtual funnel day, which became a $3,000 opportunity, which for me became a $1,500 opportunity. So I withdraw my 401k, pull money out of my 401k so I can pay for them to help me put this process together and pay off some bills and ultimately get in a position where I can feel the ability to breathe and just move comfortably in the plan that I had before me. Also became a part of Life on Fire, which was a coaching program that actually reminded me of some of the principles and tendencies that I learned many years ago from Paul Meyer out of Success Motivation Institute. Those principles involve you being able to establish a clear vision in your mind about where you want to go. Not only establishing the vision, but being able to articulate that vision in vivid detail and putting together a collection of images that help to remind you of where it is that you're trying to go and what you're trying to achieve. So not only did I put together a vision board, but I actually wrote a letter to myself from the future that says, this has been accomplished. And my specific goal was to move from 6 figures a year to 7 figures a year. That's my specific goal, and it still stands. The objective is to achieve this by it's September of 2019. And that's my goal, and I'm moving in that direction. So the goal is to move from 6 figures to 7 figures a year of income by September of 2019. Now, the reason why I'm creating these video journals so that I can chronicle the activity that's happening in my life, so that other people may learn from my experiences, and particularly my personal reason is that I want my children and my grandchildren understand that there's a method to the madness and there's a process that can be used regardless of where you are. If you get into a place where you can get clear about where you want to be, then you can use the powers that God has given us to visualize that possibility. Spend some time entertaining that idea and then to identify exactly the steps that you need to take to reverse engineer your reality, and it can become your present reality. So it's a process, and it works. So it's working for me because the reality that I had an opportunity to actually get access to these resources and to this assistance when I didn't have the resources to make it happen, that became my reality because I persevered and I continued to look and continue to strategize and find ways and means to make it happen. Now, I've finished my virtual funnel day. I've done my consultation. I've actually created a package. I have a funnel online. I've not started my marketing campaign toward it yet, but I'm moving progressively in that direction. So I make this statement to just bring you up to date about the things that have been happening in my experience. Now, for me, this is a magnificent breakthrough because at one point in time, I was daunted by the idea of having an aspiration to reach towards something, but not having the resources to make it happen. And feeling as if, it's always off in the distance, the hope that I have. But I had a dream maybe 2 days ago. And in this dream, I had an awakening in my sleep. In the dream, I had been gunned down by an enemy. And I felt myself lying in my own blood and my life force seeping out of me. And while that was happening, I also thought about the reality of the many dreams and visions that I had for my life that never became my reality. And I asked myself the question, you know what, if you can say anything to the world right now while you in your death gutter, what would you say? And I would say, tomorrow is not real. Tomorrow is not real. It doesn't exist. You never experience it. If you're going to do anything with your life, you need to do it in this day that you live. If you're going to love somebody, if you're going to accomplish a goal, if you're going to reach out and become the best you that you can be, you need to start today to do it today. Because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. What is inevitable is the fact that we will expire from this planet. But I believe that I'm immortal until my work is done. And I've only begun. So I thank you for listening. And I want you to know I love you. And I'm putting this information together for you. I don't want you to have to deal with some of the same challenges that I had to deal with and be confronted by some of the same obstacles that I was confronted with and be overcome. So what I have decided to do is to learn what I need to learn so that I can move to my next level of development. And I know the only way I can learn that is get around people who understand how this works. A week ago, I had breakfast with Ryan Stewman, who is a hardcore closer. And I'm involved in the Break Free Academy, who are people who are moving from 6 figures to 7 figures. So I've started to surround myself with people who are operating on a level far beyond my current reality because I want to grow, I want to move. And in order for you to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, ultimately you're going to have to get yourself in the context of people who are at that level. You have to put yourself into a different environment. You have to communicate, whether you have to connect with them online, connect with them in person, read the information that they've written, or vicariously, however you have to do it, you have got to get in contact with the folks that have the answers that you need and ask them the questions. Because when you ask them a question and they give you the answer, now you're empowered with the resource of knowledge and information that can help you reach whatever level that you want to go to. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm recommending. And the story will continue to unfold. This is Robert Nelson. I'm going to sign off for now. But I thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.